Yes, I have just returned to Australia after spending about 5 and a bit weeks in the UK, where I had a wonderful time and did some interesting things at the wonderful museum that we have going in Oswestry, which is still under renovations and development, but there's lots of fascinating things to see there. And I've actually brought some fossils from the UK back to Australia because we also have a museum being set up in Brisbane. So I've brought some back and I thought you might like to see some of them. And Joseph, you'll be pleased to know that this one has arrived safely. And let me see if I can get it in the right place for the
Very
for the
good,
light
yes.
and the camera. Yes, there we are.
Very similar to some I've got from Papua New Guinea.
Well, that's interesting in itself because this came from a very different place to Papua New Guinea. Yes, this is an ammonite originally from the Himalayas. Now, it's been around the world, or almost around the world since then. But the fact that you found them in Papua New Guinea and they've been found in the Himalayas. I didn't find it at the Himalayas, and neither did Joseph, but we do have good documentary records that that's where it was found. And this is a sea creature, of course, an ammonite. So how did it get up in the Himalayas? Well, I think we have a better explanation. How about a big flood? And if they could be found in the Himalayas and in Papua New Guinea and on the south coast of England, where I've seen them, and lots of other places like that, we're not just talking about local floods. This is a seriously big worldwide flood. And here are a couple of other really lovely specimens. I showed this to my friends I was staying with in the UK, and their granddaughter looked at that and wanted to know what it was. And she suggested that it was fossilized blue cheese. Now, I thought that was a good guess for someone who wouldn't know about things like stromatolites, which is what this is. It's a stromatolite, and this is a significant fossil in that this is the ultimate living fossil, as it were. Stromatolites are fossils of sea creatures or single-celled sea creatures, algae, which grow off the coast of Australia now. So this is a classic living fossil. And this one is not the oldest stromatolite that's been found. There are some that are aged in billions of years, but this one is Jurassic, so it's hundreds of millions of years old, according to the evolutionary timetable, but looks exactly the same as the ones that are alive and well off the coast of Western Australia. And we also have some artifacts as well on display in our museums. I can just hold that up in the light there. This is a stone axe. Now, stone tools are well known, but these are Neanderthal stone tools, which is a good reminder that Neanderthals are actually that we're actually very clever people. It takes a lot of technical skill to make a functioning stone tool, but recent research has completely confirmed what creationists have always said, that Neanderthals are just plain ordinary people. They're fully human, and in fact, they were highly skilled people who were able to make a living in tough conditions. And we've got a couple of other nice fossils here. Another nice living fossil, a nautilus, and you can come along and see there's a beautiful living fossil display. That's one of the big features at the museum in Oswestry. And while I was there, we did a little bit of videoing for that, and that's definitely worth coming to see. And we also have some rather nice rock specimens. This is a nice section through a stalactite, and stalactites are another thing that we're quite keen on in creation research because we actually make our own. But these are from a cave where they've grown naturally, And of course, the significant thing about stalactites is they don't take that long to form, as long as you have the right conditions. So they are the product of having the right physical and chemical processes, not really long periods of time.